All right, moving away from that, we would be discussing on the cybersecurity levy on banks and how the CBN has mandated a 0.5% deduction on transactions. And joining me on the news to discuss this is CEO Ashare Investments, Mukhtar Mohammed. Hello, Mukhtar. Thank you so much for joining me at this time.
Thank you for having me at this time too. Thank you.
All right. So, Mukhtar, I seem to love the name Asha a lot. But then, what was your reaction when you first read or even heard of the new cybersecurity levy? What did you make of it?
Well, it's funny because you are saying you want us to be going digital, you don't want to crowd the banking space, and now you are giving us options to not go digital because you are saying every transaction I do electronically from the comfort of my house, I have to pay 0.05%. For me, it's not. This government is a government. I mean, I don't know who said this. It's an act that was supposed to be into law. It had been signed and was agreed before they came in, but that doesn't mean if it was agreed was the right thing to do. But again, they are now saying my own. What really concerns me more is that this money is not going to the banks. This money is going to the Office of the National Security Advisor. So what will that money be used for? And this is the same thing that we said about in the area of when we talked about security votes that governors are not accepted to account for. So what is the 0.05% will be used at the Office of the National Security Advisor? What will this money be used for? Is it to defend the cyberspace of Nigeria? Am I supposed to pay for that? So it's same of same because I just see a government that a lot of people thought is coming up with a different in terms of the kind of caliber of Mr. President. But they seem to be doing what all other governments have done before. They are not even thinking of the Nigerian people. Even if they have come out with some other measures to say you are exempted, you are not exempted. But I don't just think it's right, especially when we are looking at area of financial inclusion. We are looking at using fintech like other developed economic has done in the world. It's not, I don't think this policy, especially now again that the CBN is even fighting to maintain stability in the FX market.
Okay. Now, in addition to that, let's not forget that Nigeria's inflation is at a 28-year high of 33.2% in March. Now, the earnings of many Nigerians have been eroded due to that. Don't you think that Nigerians are being pushed to the wall when it comes to, this new cybersecurity levy?
Of course, we are being pushed to the wall. Keep being pushed to the wall, and they are pushing us the more because what it means is that the cost of doing business has gone high again. Because if I'm paying 0.05 on any transaction, I'll pass the cost to my consumers. So we are here fighting that we are trying to control inflation, but we are putting more pressure on goods and services. So I don't know, maybe when they get to government, people tend to forget their thinking cap and just think about revenue, revenue, revenue. Like I'm saying, the money is going to the Office of the National Security Advisor to be used for what? When did the National Security Advisor Office now will be getting funds from Nigerians that are doing legitimate transactions? So I'll be paying the Office of the National Security Advisor for what? And now what you are trying to tell me now is if I'm going to be paying the National Security Advisor for cyber crime, maybe somebody I have to take money from my account without me knowing. Now, is it the Office of National Security Advisor that is going to pay me back that money since they are in charge of cybercrime? Or do I have to go back to my bank? Look, it doesn't add up at all. It doesn't add up at all. I think Nigerians are being taken for granted and being pushed by the war because it seems that this government is more interested in earning money, getting money, even at a point now, I think even they have to drill money from the blood of every Nigerian, they will do same.
Well, Mukhtar, I remember earlier you talking about the security votes, and also in 2024, you know, there's a budget for security, and they got 3 trillion naira. Has the government finished spending this money in May already?
Well, I'm not part of that government. Maybe they are finished or maybe they want to have more. That is not enough because the Office of the National Security Advisor always have a budget through the presidency.
Mm.
And now they are saying that we should be paying another money to them and it goes to them for doing what? For protecting the cyberspace. So what is the work of government? Government is all about security and prosperity. So if government cannot protect the cyberspace, it will take Nigeria and paying to protect the cyberspace. It's a pity.
Mm.
It's a pity.
All right, it seems you and I have more questions that need to be answered. But until we get the answers that we deserve, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us on this.
Thank you so much for having me.